دوستان درود بر شما. 30 ماه سپتامبر روز ملی حقیقت و آشتی روزی است برای تأمل و شناخت بیشتر در مورد تاریخ و میراث بومیان کانادا و تأثیرات ناشی از سیاست‌های غلط مدارس شبانه‌روزی در سالهای گذشته. در این ویدیو گزارشی داریم از شهر پورت مودی که مردم کنار هم جمع شدن برای همدردی، همدلی و همچنین یادآوری گذشته‌های تلخ و نگاه به آینده‌های بهتر و روشن همراه با عشق و صلح. به برنامه امروز ما توجه کنید.
A beautiful speaker today. I think we'll do the speaker first. We have a beautiful speaker here today who's going to share some words from their heart. Can you remind me? It's important that we speak our language. Today is a day where we are here to honor children. Honor the children who this new system that has dominance over how we educate our children and how we take care of our elders and of each other. We're here today to have love. To have love for those children who are now great-grandparents and grandmothers and uncles and dads and moms. We're here today for love. And so with that, I would like to offer the floor to Xum-tu-mus. Xum-tu-mus. Will you share in speaking the word of these, the language of these lands and honor Xum-tu-mus? Xum-tu-mus.
OCM! OCM! I'd like to explain why I do this. First of all, I want to check. Can you hear me over there?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't even use the mic.
I don't know if I really need a microphone today. When I'm calling OCM, I'm calling my ancestors to come join me. When I come to speak, it's not my voice you're hearing. It is the voices of my ancestors. It is the voices of those who have walked this land before me. And I've asked them to come and share their words and ask me to share the words with you. Without my glasses on, I should explain why I took my sunglasses off. When I'm calling my ancestors, we have a very strong belief because we never wore glasses. And when the ancestors come to face me and to look at me, if I'm wearing my glasses or my sunglasses, they're going to get confused because all they see is the reflection of themselves. They can't see into my eyes. But yet they know my name. They know what family I come from. And they know the land that I come from. So, some of you already know because Port Moody invites me here a lot, and I can't be more honored than today to be here with all of you again this year. But I always like to try and help coach and how to say my name. So think of the word hum. Right? You're going to go Xum-tu-mus. Yes. That's really, really good, yeah. So this name was born in one of our villages that's in the Coquitlam Lake area. So when I travel to other communities, to other villages, like where Tasha Faye is from, her elders will know my family name. And they're going to know that I am from the lineage of Coquitlam William. And they know that I come from the river that hosts many red salmon once upon a time. And now I'm going to get a little serious with you guys. But I'll be honest, I will also try to find a way to lift your spirit afterwards. A place that I serve as an elder in residence here in the Tri-Cities. They asked me to speak about what does truth and reconciliation mean to me. I had to remember, and this is the first time I'm going to share this part of me with you. I am not 100% Coquitlam. When my mom was 15 years old, she married my father. And I later learned that he is a descendant of the Irish, Scottish, Swedish, and English people. So the year I was born without the Indigenous identity because of the law and how it was at that time. The federal law stripped my mother, who, by the way, was a student at St. Mary's Residential School in Mission. My late grandmother was a student at the day school at Kwekalitsa. So they had already began to lose the cultural teachings because the school system took it away from them. I'm the oldest of 3 children from my late mother, and therefore I didn't even start learning about cultural way of living until 1993. I had no idea I was even Indigenous. Because my mom didn't know how to teach me. So she introduced me to her aunties and uncles, who took me into our winter homes out in the valley. And that was where my name was bestowed onto me. And I was taught that our names never have meanings. But it was up to me to learn about my ancestors, especially the ones who carried this name before me. And boy, was I ever shocked that I found out that they were chiefs and they traveled to many communities from Hope all the way to Vancouver Island, Nanaimo, the Comox Valley, Courtney, in the Victoria area. We also had many of our family members go down to the Washington state. We have still many families who live down there. When I began learning about the independence of being a teenager, I began my career as a disc jockey, if you can believe that. And I was DJing at organizations that support and really promote an alcohol and drug-free life. These were 12-step program members, and I was their DJ as a teenager. And during this time, I met many Indigenous elders from all over BC. And they were talking to me about their experiences with residential school. And I never understood. I didn't know. More importantly, I didn't know that part of our cultural teachings was to sit down and listen to my elders. And I walked away. Can you imagine how hurt my friends were who were elders at that time? I'm going to fast forward a little bit now. Many of you know that there was a class action lawsuit against the federal government of Canada that gave recognition to all those people who were in the residential school, including my own family. I'm going to be honest, I never went to residential school. And I honestly believe it was because my late mother, married my late father. So the government didn't recognize me as Indigenous. And therefore I wasn't scooped up and taken to the schools. But this class action lawsuit that came out, it forced all of my elders to rip open those wounds. They had to talk about it in court. They had to write statements. And this is coming from people we never had to write statements. We passed our stories down by voice. And this was the hardest thing. That year, and this is what hurts me the most because I didn't know, but that year, I lost more than half of my friends. Some of them drank themselves until they were gone. A few of them used drugs to try and numb that pain. And this is the part that really, really hurts me the most. The intention was to take their own life. You won't believe how many friends I lost. When my mom's aunties and uncles finally got to meet me and take me into their arms, that is when I started to learn. I should have listened. That's our cultural way. I should have offered a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, because that is our way. But I didn't, because I didn't know. So today, I'm asking you, if you know other elders who are still with us, that are still fighting this battle, please sit with them. Hear them. Let them share. And let them feel like they're connecting with you. Let them feel the love and warmth in your heart and in your hugs. As you notice, the first thing Tasha did with me when I walked up, she gave me a hug before she told me what the plans were. Because that is our way. we share that love with each other before we do the work, because we support each other. Over so many years now, Tasha and I have supported each other in so many different ways. So I'm honored to be with you today. Sorry, that works. So now I want to try and bring us into a little bit of a lighter heart. Here's the benefits I have from living in today's society. Who's a Star Trek fan? Now, science fiction is such a wonderful, wonderful thing. But when you look at the TV series like The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, what's the common message you see in these TV series? One love. Everybody, like even the original series, with having Nichelle on the series. Back at a time when racism was at its highest in the United States. She was a true pioneer about bringing that thought process, and it's taken this long for many, many people who have asked for votes to be in power and to be able to recognize that we do need to work together as one. How many of you know the word not so much? Tasha knows. That means one mind, one heart. We work together as one heart, one mind. You're going to see so many things on social media that talks about the gratitude that we feel as Indigenous people of the land, that you have come today to share this day with us. And believe me, my heart is open to your love. But we ask you to remember what happened to get to meet people like me here. What's happened to allow me to be not so shy, to be able to stand in front of you and speak to you without a microphone. It is us working together. And that's what I'm asking for. Let's work together. Never be afraid to approach my family at Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, Squamish, Musqueam, Tsawwassen, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, and many of the other nations. But we're very, very close to a site that many of the nations would come here to visit us. We had one site here, which is now very close to what you call City Hall. And we had another site down by my village in Coquitlam at the mouth of Coquitlam River. We had people as far as north as Haida Gwaii and as far as south as Northern California. So the land formerly known as Colony Farm Park is now called Tla'atin. In our language, that means to be invited. My elders chose that name when we shared the stories, what I just shared with you. We invited many nations to come visit with us, to help us harvest the red salmon, and to trade. We traded many, many goods. So today, I'm going to pretend this is Tla'atin. I'm going to invite you to spend the day with us. I'm going to be around for a little while, and I'm happy to talk to all of you. Except maybe Jeff. Oseamachka, I thank you so much for being here. I know I got to keep it short, but
So as community, as family, let's put our hands to our heart. Let's remember the humanness of our own being and the humanness of the person beside us. Some of us may carry shame, sorrow, and apologies. Okay. Okay. And what else? What else can you carry from that? Love. Some of you may be feeling depths of grief and sorrow today. Yes. Yes. Okay, I see that. I see you, see me, seeing you, see me. So let's take a moment together as a collective. Let's take a moment with love in our hearts for the children. So I invite you now to go on with your day, carrying what you have in your heart from what we share together as community, because this is one day in a lifetime. Please, if you have a moment, there are some feathers that the Port Moody Arts Centre has brought for you to participate in your own prayer. And the Nunes Creek Hatchery has an art activity for you to participate in today. Bring home with you and remember. Oh, CM, I love you all.